Oh my god. Oh my god, I am so triggered. I am so triggered. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I have to use this now, right? I mean, I have to. I've complained so much about how much I hate the 8-bit pets, and now I have this. It's like it's written in the stars that I have to have an 8-bit pet, right? Okay. All right. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make one. Okay. Also, hello. Hi. By the way, hi. This was gonna be my next video is my Q&A introducing myself, Neopets and Chill video, but this was such breaking news that I had to stick it in here. So, okay, let's make an 8-bit pet. Fine, I'll do it. Okay, I had to transfer a pet over to a side account. I had to say goodbye to my Moroccan Jetsam Viper, which hurts. It hurts me a little bit, but it's okay because she was very hard to customize, and it's okay. But all right, let's see. Let's see which one of these horror shows I'm going to add into my Neo fam. Oh. I don't hate the Mirka as much as the other ones, but I already have a Mirka. Oh, I actually kind of like the uni. I mean, like is a strong word, but I already have 2 unis too. God, should I just do it? Should I just go for it? Should I just full send it? I think I have to. I think I have to. I know. Fuck it. Let's just do it. For Christmas this year, I'm giving myself the gift of learning compassion. And I will learn to love this awful creature. Okay, let's make him male. Name. Worst. It's taken. I can't believe it. What am I gonna name this guy? Oh geez. Alright, give me another minute. Okay, we've got Curious Large. I think that's very fitting. Where does your Neopet like to live? I don't know. Hell. The depths of hell. The wilderness. What does your Neopet like doing? Pestering others? Yeah, that sounds right. How does your Neopet greet others? I feel like attack if they are weaker. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's get Curious Large out into the world. Oh! Yay! There he is in all of his glory. Let's take a look at him. Oh. Oh. Oh, what have I done? Why? Why did I do this? You know what? This is just fine. I love Curious Large, and I will always love him. Okay, let's get to what this video was actually supposed to be. Okay, so we're starting off trying to create the iconic Miss Tiffany Valentine, Chucky's beautiful bride of horror movie fame. I love Tiffany Valentine. I love her so much. She's one of my favorite horror characters. Okay, so let's just get some of the basics out of the way. I've been going by Chillery Duff online for quite some time now, elsewhere on the internet and social media. Chillery has just kind of become, I don't know, I just really like it. Obviously, Chillery Duff is a play on Hilary Duff, Lizzie McGuire, and I kind of like Chillery more than my real actual name, which is Ashley. My real name is Ashley. Hello. I am 37 years old, and I am from the land of cheese and functional alcoholism, which, if you know, you know. If you're from here, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm from Wisconsin. Wisconsin, a place that nobody ever talks about. My pronouns are she, her, I guess. But you can call me anything. You can refer to me as a she, her, he, him, they, them. I do not feel connected to gender at all in any way, shape, or form. Sometimes I refer to myself as a gal, and sometimes I refer to myself as a guy or a dude. I really, truly feel like I do not have a gender, and realizing that has been one of the most freeing things ever. So you can call me whatever you want, whatever vibe I give off to you. I am 100% cool with it, and I will not be offended. Just whatever you want. So let me go through some of these questions. Kara, I'll shorten the YouTube names in case they don't want me to read their full thing. So Kara asked, what's your sign and your big three? I am a Cancer sun, Leo moon, Scorpio rising, and my Venus, I think the Venus placement is the fourth, like the fourth big thing. I'm not sure. I'm not super into the astrology stuff. I think it's really fun. But I think Venus is the other one, and my Venus is in Leo. So Cancer, Leo, Scorpio, Leo. I wrote down all the questions. So Reese asked, Kara also asked a really fun question that I'm gonna save until the very end because I could go on forever about it, and that is, what weird stuff did you do or think as a kid? And boy, oh boy, that's gonna be a fun one. Okay, so Reese asked a few questions. Do you have any siblings? What kinds of music do you listen to? And any songs on repeat at the moment? I'm gonna save like movies, TV, music, hobbies, that stuff for later. But as far as siblings go, I do have siblings. I have a lot of them. I am the oldest out of everyone, and I have 3 brothers on my mom's side. I have a brother and a sister on my dad's side who are much, much younger than me. My dad started having kids like, he's doing his thing. He had kids when I was, my sister, I think, will be 10. Oh my God, I should really know this. 10, and then my brother, I think 8 or 9. Oh my God, I should totally know this. Fuck, I am not good with like dates and ages and shit. I am not a numbers person. I see a number, my brain shuts off. So anyway, they are much younger than me. And then I also have two stepsisters and a stepbrother and a step nephew, actually. So yeah, big family. I don't have any like full, quote unquote, full brothers or sisters, but I don't understand that shit to begin with. A brother and a sister are a brother and a sister. Like, so yes, I do have siblings, and I am the oldest. Let's see, what else? Laura asked, have you graduated or have a degree? And if so, what is it? I did go to college. I did when I first graduated high school. I wanted to go into illustration. That was what I wanted to go to art school out of high school. And it was so expensive. It was like $20,000 a semester or something like that. And there was no way my family or myself could afford that. So I held off on going to college for a while and I just worked. And then when I did go back to college, or when I did go to college, I went for environmental science, and then that eventually shifted into geoscience, particularly geology. So I went to college for geology. My pipe dream, I really wanted to, a long time ago, back in this time, I was dating a guy who, his dad worked for NASA. And my pipe dream was to be a planetary geologist and work for NASA. I don't know in what fucking world I thought that was ever going to happen, especially because I do not like math. I do not like numbers, really. So that would have never worked out. And also trying to get into that field would have been impossible. So anyway, I ended up not using anything from college because I am a librarian. That is what I do for a living. Technically, I'm in library administration now, but I did work in the trenches on the desk. And I've been at the library for, God, like nine years now. And yeah, so all that time and money on college was for naught, really. Or all that time spent studying geology, I should say, was for naught. Let's see. So Snail Art asked about hobbies, so I'm going to save that for a little bit later. Wilbur asked, if you consider yourself to have an aesthetic, what is it? And I had to think about this. I really had to think, because I don't know. I am so all over the place when it comes to like what I wear and just all of that stuff. I would probably say, if I had to describe it, as far as style and aesthetic, it would be elementary school art teacher meets 90s grunge boy stoner meets I fell into my closet and did not give a fuck and just put on the first thing I saw and do not care. That's what my aesthetic is. I'm usually dressed like I just fell out of bed and went on with my day. And every once in a while, I'll pull a look together that will slay and will be real hot, real cute. Most of the time, absolutely not. I look like a gremlin, a total goblin, and I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. What am I doing here? Where am I at with Tiffany? Oh, she's looking. Excuse me, she's looking cute. What am I working on? Oh, I think I'm trying to find her little her necklace here. Okay. So, Jess asked, 3 things about you people wouldn't guess from looking at you. I also had to really think about this one too. I don't know. I don't know how people perceive me. I don't know if people know what to really make of me when they meet me. I'm very socially awkward in person, depending on the situation. In a work situation, a professional situation, I'm very good. I'm very good with people. That's just a skill I've learned from working since I was 17. Ooh, I can talk about jobs too, past jobs I've had. That would be fun to talk about. I'm also very good, like, with one-off encounters. Like, I can talk to somebody in a grocery store for like 20 minutes. And I've done that plenty of times. People seem to just talk to me all the time and like tell me their life story. It happens anywhere and everywhere. And I love it. I listen and we have a great conversation. And then they're a stranger and I never see them again. I'm great in situations like that. If it's like a social thing where I would be like at a party or a get together or something, and there's a lot of people that are friends of friends or like friends of my friends or acquaintances or people that like I either don't know very well or people that I would want to like me because my friends like them. I'm terrified. I usually don't talk at all. I go completely nonverbal. I'm so self-conscious. I am not good in situations like that at all. So I don't know. I don't know what people think of me. I will say that people never believe me when I say I'm 37. I look very, very young. A lot of times people think I'm still in high school, like at work. I get a lot of like, are you even old enough to work here? Like I get that a lot. I've always just looked very young. For better or for worse, I've always looked very young. So that's definitely something that people wouldn't think. I guess if I'm wearing like a jacket or a lot of layers or my limbs weren't exposed, people probably wouldn't guess that I'm covered in tattoos. Like sleeves, a full sleeve, and I've got a lot of tattoos. So maybe that's something that people wouldn't know. I don't know. People probably wouldn't know that I am my own worst enemy, and a lot of the times I hate myself. Is that something? I don't know. That's sadly very true. Yeah, I don't know. I thought about this one for a while, and I still don't know. I couldn't really come up with anything. Galaxy asked about what games I like, and they asked about movies. What other games do you like? What's in your Letterboxd top 4? And then they asked, what got you into Neopets and what brought you back? And this is a fantastic question because I've never talked about this. I've made so many Neopets videos and I've never talked about what got me into it. And this is such a funny story. Okay, so way back in the day, I was probably like 12. Yeah, 12 sounds about right, because I didn't start playing Neopets when it first came out in 1999. So, but it was very soon after it it released. When I was 12, we got I gave her a knife. Oh, that's perfect. We got our first computer, our big clunky dial-up computer. And I discovered the world of internet chat rooms. And oh my God, I've been chronically online since I was just a wee babe, since I was 12. And so our internet browser was MSN. So I don't know what chat rooms were like on like AOL or anything like that, but MSN chat rooms, you could have like user create, like you could make your own chat room. And so I found one that was always called, and somebody made it it was a chat room that would exist every single day. Somebody would make it every day. And it was called The Den. And the description of it was you have to have an animal name to like be in this chat room, or else you will be banned or kicked out. I think it kicked, yeah, booted. So being 12, being somebody who really loved animals, I was like, oh, this sounds like fun. Like, yeah, I want to have an animal name. We all know, like, now I know that these were furries, but at the time I didn't know what furries were. I didn't know that was a thing. So my name in this chat room, and I was in this chat room every single day. So my name in this chat room was Wolf Pup, and wolves were real popular in this chat room. And I was Wolf Pup, and my font of choice, because you could choose your own font, was pink Comic Sans, and this is where I found Neopets from. Somebody at one point had talked about it or something or whatever, and I checked it out, and that's how I got into Neopets. And God, this chat room, it was just so funny looking back on it. Like, there'd be names like Thunderwolf and like it just all kinds of stuff. I had my first internet boyfriend. This is horrifying. My first internet excuse me. My first internet boyfriend, God, from this chat room. His name was Red Wolf. I'm pretty sure it was Red something, Red Wolf, yeah. And we didn't even really talk them. I don't know why I would consider him my boyfriend, but I remember I would get home from school and I would be so excited to go to the den and like talk to Red Wolf and like be in my chat room with all my friends that all had animal names and like blah, blah, blah. So I have this internet boyfriend, Red Wolf, and you know, whatever. But then at some point the computer broke. My computer broke. And I didn't have the internet anymore for a long time, like months and months and months. And then finally we got a new computer, and I raced back onto, we've moved into Patty Mayonnaise now. We're working on Patty Mayonnaise from Doug. This turns out absolutely tragic. I had a really hard time making Patty Mayonnaise. So anyway, I raced back onto the internet so I can go to my chat room, and it still existed months and months later. But sadly, nobody remembered who I was. Nobody remembered Wolf Pup anymore. She was just the memory of her did not live on. And I tried messaging Red Wolf, my boyfriend, my boyfriend that I cared about so deeply, and he just didn't care anymore. He didn't care, and I was devastated. So then I tried to come back as Wolf Pup, and it just didn't hit the same. I wasn't popular anymore. Nobody wanted to talk to me anymore. I didn't get my little, people didn't give me my, if you were like well-liked in the chat room, you would get like moderator privileges where you would get a little hammer next to your, or like a little mallet next to your name, and then you had the ability to like kick people out of the chat room if you wanted to. And it was called getting hammied. Like, you'd come in and you'd be like, oh my God, Wolf Pup is here, hammy for Wolf Pup. And then anyway, so nobody wanted to talk to me anymore because nobody remembered who I was. So I had to rebrand myself, and I tried first with, my name was Godsmack Wolf, because I loved Godsmack at this time. I'm probably like 14 now, and I really loved Godsmack. So I tried coming back and rebranding as Godsmack Wolf, and that didn't hit. Like, just nobody, I couldn't get my mojo back. So I rebranded again, because at this time, wolves were out and big cats were in. Everybody wanted to have a big cat name, like Tigress and like Lioness and stuff like that. So I rebranded again as Bengal Tigress, and for some reason that name stuck, and I got my I got my popularity back in the den, the chat room full of furries that, yeah. And the funniest out of all of this is I'm still friends with someone that I met in these chat rooms to this day. Her name is Sarah, and we're still friends, which is the world. The world is fucking crazy. So that's how I got into Neopets. All that to say, that's where I found Neopets. And then as far as coming back, I've checked in a few times over the span of many years, just seeing if it was still a thing, because I did have such fond memories of that time in my life. And I would like, I lost my very first account a long time ago. And I made a new one, and I would log into it every now and then, like every year or so. I would like log in and just see if it was still trucking along. But I never actually got back into it. I would like lose interest pretty quickly. And then this last time, I don't know what it was. It must have just been the right timing. The stars aligned the right way, and I made a new account, which is my Chillery Duff account. And I think I really joined at the right time, because I joined right before, well, first, Trudy's Surprise is now a thing, and it wasn't before when I would try to come back to the website. So it was easier to make a little bit of cheese, a little bit of Skrilla. But I came back right before the Fairy Festival happened, and we got all those Fountain Fairy things, and then trick-or-treating happened, and then now the advent calendar. You know, I came back at a really good time, because I think if I wouldn't have, and if it would have just been the regular same old, I probably would have gotten bored again and not stuck around. So yeah, and then, you know, starting YouTube, it was kind of a joke. It was because I was playing Neopets so much, and I was like talking to my friends about it, and I was like, dude, Neopets is still a thing, like it's fun. And I just was like, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel and talk about it, because nobody fucking cares when I talk about Neopets. And I just kind of started it as a joke, like a funny haha, look, I actually did it kind of thing. And I ended up discovering this like incredible, amazing, thriving, and it just gets more and more thriving by the day, Neopets community on YouTube. And I've made so many friends like on Neopets itself and on YouTube, and I've, you know, quote unquote met so many people who I love their vibe, and I wish we could be friends like IRL, like the Amanda files. I feel like Amanda and we're like practically related. We're sisters. Like, I love Amanda so much. Kevino Gaming, him too. Like Chowder says, I watch Chowder's videos literally every day. Chowder's videos have become just part of my daily routine. And there's others too. Like, it's honestly, getting back into Neopets and starting this YouTube channel has been, this is gonna sound so corny, but it's been such a blessing. Like, I'm so glad I did it. It like fulfills my like a need to be creative. It fulfills my, oh, this is me trying to, I could not find a polka dot sweater or shirt to save my life, so I'm trying to give her some sort of polka dots. That's what I'm doing right now. Anyway, yeah, it's a creative outlet for me. It's a way for me to be social without having to be physically social, because that's really hard for me. And yeah, it's been great, and I'm so excited to keep going. And you know, at any time, I don't really have any goals for YouTube. I don't have I want to get to this many subscribers, or I want to be able to make money on YouTube. Like, of course, like, that would be cool if it ever happened. But I don't have that goal in my head. I'm really just here to make videos that hopefully will make people laugh and will provide a little bit of background noise as they go about their day-to-day things, because that's what I use YouTube for. YouTube, my favorite creators have provided me a lot of comfort. I am someone who has anxiety a lot of panic attacks, a lot of stuff like that, and YouTube, just putting on a YouTube video of somebody that I know their voice and I know their personality, and it really provides me a lot of comfort. And I guess my only goal on YouTube is to be that for someone. And anytime I get a comment that says like, this made me laugh, or I love listening to, excuse me, I love watching your videos while I do my own dailies, like that's success to me. Then I've already made it. I've already hit success. And yeah, so I'm just gonna keep doing it. And ooh, I'm so sorry at talking, my the asthma and all that. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it and just see where it goes. I am trying so hard to do justice to Patty Mayonnaise here. Look at this background. Ugh. Okay, so let's get back to the list. What other hobbies do you... Okay, snail art. What other hobbies do you have? I have a lot of them. I've kind of got my grubby little mitts in everything. I do a lot of artsy things, like really anything and everything. I do a lot of crafting. I love making my little crafts, and I will try anything. I've done like rug punching, like making, trying to make rugs. I make little jewelry things. I make my own acrylic nails, even though I don't ever actually wear acrylic nails, but I make them. I do macrame. I do, painting pottery, making pottery, flower arranging. I've done flower arranging. I've done it all. I do it all. Anything creative, I'm all about it. If I am not making something, my brain just rots. So I try to do that as often as I can. I also do just like regular stuff like painting, sketching. I've recently gotten into trying my hand at digital art. So I've been trying to teach myself how to do that. My issue is I will be really... Oh my God, look at that wig. Oh, I will be really, really, really into something for like a few months, and then I'll just drop it entirely, and I will never touch it again. And I do that all the time with anything, with video games, with hobbies, with you name it. I do it. I hyperfixate, and then I forget. Also, what else? I like to read. Clearly, I do work at a library. Love to read. I love gardening. I had, when I owned a house with my ex-husband, I had a beautiful garden, which was my pride and joy. It was my first time gardening, and I was so proud of it. And oh man, the story of that house is tragic. It's so tragic. Should I tell it? I don't want to make this video depressing. I'll tell it. Fuck it. This is part of my story. This is part of this is a recent thing that I've gone through. I'm pointing at what the fuck is up with this wig? What is that chunk of missing wig? Anyway, so growing up, I lived with my grandma and grandpa. and my dad. We all lived in the same house. I was so close to and attached to my grandma and grandpa. They were the sun in the sky to me. They, especially my grandpa. I was so attached to my grandpa. I wanted to be with him every second of every day. It was to the point too, when I was in elementary school, my school, you could go home for lunch if you wanted to. You didn't have to like stay at school for lunch. And since my grandma and grandpa were retired, I had the ability to do that. So I would go home for lunch every day because I could not stand to be away from them for longer than like a few hours at a time. So my grandpa passed away when I was 18. I think it was 18 or 19. Devastating. Absolutely devastating. I still, to this day, the grief is never ending. It doesn't get any easier. They say it gets better with time. Maybe that's true for some people. For me, it is not true. I miss him every second of every day. My grandma passed away back in 2019. Again, devastating. One of the biggest losses ever. I kind of fell apart after that. And this house that I grew up in was actually the house that my grandma grew up in. That house had been in my family since I think 1926, 1920. So, a long time this house was in my family. So it was always kind of my goal, something I wanted to do. I wanted to buy that house when my grandma and grandpa did both at some point pass away. So before my grandma died, I told her because she was worried about the house, like what was going to happen with the house. And I told her, I was like, Grandma, I'm gonna buy the house. And she was like, really? Like I remember her being, like she was ill at this time, and like she was going to pass. Like we knew it. So I told her, I was like, Grandma, I'm gonna buy the house. And she was so happy. And my family too, like everyone in my family was so happy because this house was like the hub of our family for forever. When I was growing up, like I have so many good memories of just being a kid. And not to shift gears so hard here, but I wanted to put her in the honker burger. So this is the best I could do. This diner is supposed to be the honker burger. Anyway, so I was married at the time. We weren't particularly doing that great. We had conversations, but we were together for a long time, like 8 or 9 years. And at that time, we weren't particularly doing that great. And we had a few conversations of like, if we don't kind of fix this and figure this out, we're probably not going to make it. And one of the biggest things was I wanted to have kids, and he didn't. And so that was a big deal. That was a big deal. So we bought the house. We bought the house, and I was kind of thinking like, okay, this is a brand new start. We own a house now. You know, I'm in the place where I feel like I have always wanted to be, and you know, he was happy with the house too. Like, you know, we were both very happy. And I'm like, okay, we can, you know, start. And maybe now that we have a house and we have the space and we're not renting anymore, like maybe we can start a family. And then COVID happened, and things just didn't get any better. And I had been grappling for a long time with if I wanted to get divorced or not. And I finally, with a lot of therapy, I finally, this is me now giving her, Patty Mayonnaise was a real big Beat Ball fan. Remember Beat Ball? So I'm giving her Beat Balls here. That's, okay. Anyway, so after a lot of therapy, I finally admitted to myself that I wanted a divorce. So I told him it did not go over well. And the big question was, what do we do now? Because we we own this house. And, you know, as much as it was a pain in the ass for him, I mean, this was my family's house. This was the house that I grew up in. This was the family that had been in my family. This was the house that had been in my family for, you know, 100 years. Like, it just made sense that I would keep the house and I would buy him out of his half of, you know, his half. And he was not having it. He was like, you know what? Since you're the one that wants this, this isn't fair that I have to be the one that moves. And also, it made sense too because the house was close to my job. And he, at the time, was working remotely and was going to continue to work remotely. He was like splitting between working in Chicago and working remotely. So he could have gone anywhere. He could have moved anywhere. But it was, anyway, so yeah, so he did not, he put up such a fight, and it became such a point of contention between us, and I was so tired of fighting about it that I was like, fine, I can't deal with the fighting anymore, fine. So I moved out, and I let him keep the house. He kept the house and everything inside of it. All of the furniture that belonged to my family and my grandma and my grandpa, he kept all of it. He kept everything. And I took very little with me when I moved out. Everything that we had bought together, everything that I had even bought myself, that was like housewares and furniture and things like that, he kept everything and the house. And I took very little with me when I moved, and I started over, and he still lives in that house. He has a new partner, and the kicker is he also has a kid. He also has a child now with his new partner in my family's house, while I had to move into a tiny little duplex. Like, it's just, I don't have any ill feelings toward him. He's not a bad man. He's a good man. We just couldn't make it work. But I gotta say, what happened with this house is so fucked up. It haunts me. I have nightmares about it all the time. I feel like I've failed. I feel like I've failed my family. I've failed myself. I've failed my grandma and grandpa. Anyway, that's the story of my house. And when I was living in this house, I planted a garden, and that was a real, such a sad, depressing story for saying I like to garden. But when I was living there, I planted a beautiful garden, and I did it because my grandma would have a few potted plants out here and there, but she couldn't do any gardening. She couldn't physically do that kind of stuff. But she had a little, like a garden stone that was gifted to her for Mother's Day or something, and it said Betty's Garden, and it was really cute and had like all kinds of little jewels and stuff on it. And I kept it, and I put it in the garden, and I was like, I'm gonna plant her a beautiful garden in honor of her and my grandpa, and that's what I did. So, and also it just became something that I loved to do. I would love to be out in the garden, watering and weeding and doing all that stuff. It was very calming for me. I had a lot of bird feeders and bird baths out there. So the yard was always like bustling with like wildlife, and it was really nice. And unfortunately, now that I'm renting, I can have potted plants, but I can't plant anything in the ground. And also the house that I live in is so old, there's no hose hookup on the outside of the house. There's nowhere to have a hose. So if I were to have a nice big garden, watering it would be a nightmare because I would have to use a watering can. and there ain't no fucking way I'm gonna be doing that. So I don't really have much of a garden anymore. One day I will own another house. I don't know when. One day. I wish it was my family's house, but that's not the way things shook out. But anyway, one day I will have a house and I will have another garden and it will be beautiful, and I'm very excited. Anyway, whoa, that really took this in a different direction than what I was wanting it to. Anyway, I'm making Dee Dee pickles now, from Rugrats. That's who I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about video games next. I might actually have to save some of these questions for a whole other video. I thought I filmed enough of this background to talk about everything, but now that I went off on that huge tangent about my house, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time. Video games. I grew up playing video games. I've been playing, I got a Nintendo when I was very, very young. I remember my dad used to play Super Mario with me, but he would always make me be Luigi, which is kind of fucked up. But I would always have to be Luigi, and my grandma actually called me Luigi as her little nickname for me. Up until she passed away, I was always Luigi, which is very sweet and very cute. So I've grown up playing video games. I had a Sega. I never had a Super Nintendo, but I had a Sega Genesis, and I would spend hours on that thing playing games that I was never able to beat. I was never able to beat Echo the Dolphin, Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't think I've ever actually beaten any of those games. I used to always play this game that nobody ever talks about called Dynamite Headdy, which was so fucking weird. Such an odd game. Played that one a lot. Then I got a PlayStation and a PlayStation 2, and just it's gone on from there. I have such fond memories of playing video games with my brothers growing up, especially my brother Josh. We would just stay up when I would visit my mom's house. We would stay up so late playing video games, just all night long. And my mom even played video games. My mom really liked Resident Evil. She would play Resident Evil, the first one. My mom was a rad lady. My mom has also passed away. I remember one year we got Silent Hill in our Easter basket. We got Silent Hill and Frogger in our Easter basket, which is... Silent Hill is such an odd thing to get in your Easter basket, but we were so excited to play it, and we were both terrified of it. And he had to play. My brother is younger than me, but he had to play it because I was too afraid to play it. And yeah, just a lot of good memories of video games growing up. And now, what games do I play now? I don't actually play very many video games now anymore. I just don't have the time, unfortunately. My favorite video game series of all time is Spyro the Dragon. I grew up with it, and it's just so fun and enjoyable and cute, and Spyro. It's a classic. I actually really would love to get a Spyro tattoo at some point. I got real heavy into Animal Crossing. Who hasn't? I got real heavy into Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon, all those types of little life sim games. Oh, The Sims is another one. The Sims 1, I played to death when it came out. Sims 4, I used to play a lot. Haven't so much lately, but I am getting back into it, and that will be my next game endeavor on YouTube. I think actually a Sims video might be the next video that I put out. What did I do? Oh, I got so into playing Splatoon, Splatoon 2 specifically. I think out of every video game console I've ever had, I've had the most fun with my Switch. The Switch, I love it. I love it so much. Splatoon, I played so much of. I got really into Fortnite for a while. I caught the Fortnite bug, played that for a long time. All kinds of little random, like one-off games on the Switch I got into. Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion was an adorable game. If you haven't played it, I recommend it. It's so entertaining and like internet humory, really fun. Breath of the Wild, I played the hell out of. I do have Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom? Oh my god, is it Tears or Tears? I should know that. Anyway, I have it, but I've never touched it. It's still sitting in its packaging. Haven't played it yet. I got really into Dead by Daylight. I played the shit out of that for a while. I miss Dead by Daylight, actually. I should get back into that. I should start playing that again. What else? I'm trying to think of games that like really sucked the soul out of me for a while. Yeah, I would say The Sims, Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, Splatoon, Fortnite, Dead by Daylight. Those are the ones that when they gripped me, they really gripped me, and I couldn't get away from them. Yeah, but right now I'm not really playing too much other than Neopets. That's what I've been doing lately, and rebuilding structures in The Sims 4. That's what I've been doing lately. Letterboxd top 4 from Galaxy. I really don't watch a lot of movies. I really, really don't, because I have absolutely no attention span. And if it's not a horror movie, I most of the time can't pay attention to it. I love horror movies, though that's by far, in a way, what I will choose to watch over anything else. God, can I even pick a top 4? I don't know. I can tell you my comfort movies. The movies that I watch the most. I think The Wedding Singer, which I love horror movies, lists a bunch of movies that aren't horror movies. I think The Wedding Singer is probably my favorite comfort movie. I think it is just a perfect, feel-good, silly, fun movie, great to put on when you're not feeling so great. Mean Girls is also in heavy rotation when I'm not feeling great. Of course, Mean Girls is such a classic. I'm not excited about the sequel at all. Like, I wish they would just leave it alone. We just let it exist as the perfect creation that it is, and don't bring it back, please. What else? Comfort movie. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, also a comfort movie. It's just a fun movie. It makes me laugh to this day. I also really have seen the movie Cam a lot. And if you haven't seen Cam, how do I even describe it? It's kind of, I don't know. I don't know what genre it would be. It's about a cam girl who gets her identity stolen. But it's like kind of creepy, kind of like a mystery, like what's going on here. I don't know what the genre would be. It's a really good movie. I like it a lot. It's very entertaining. I love Cam. I've seen it probably like 50 times at least. Yeah, I think those are my comfort movies. The last movie I saw in the theater was Barbie, of course. I dressed up. I saw it on opening night. It was chaos. It was so much fun. The theater was packed. I went with a bunch of friends. We were all dressed up and the whole theater was practically dressed up in pink, and it was really fun. That was a really fun experience. I'm really glad I saw that in the theater. And I really liked it. I thought it was a really cute movie. Not perfect. It wasn't a perfect movie. But it was so entertaining, and I liked it a lot. Yeah. Favorite horror movies? Fuck, man. I don't know. I'm kind of on the spot. I should have thought about my answers before filming this. Maybe let me get back to you on that one. I really have to think about it because I don't watch movies very often, and I know I've seen a bunch. I loved Barbarian. I loved Malignant. I loved. Fuck. What else? I watched Possessor was a really good one. I loved that. That's a pretty recent movie. How do you say it? Titane? Titane? Titane. I really liked that one. That's a fucked up movie. It is so weird. I really liked that. I think one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I got it. Paranormal Activity, the first one. I had so much fun watching that movie. I mean, when it came out, you remember. If you remember, you remember. Like, that movie took took everything. It took it by storm. Took theaters by storm. Everyone was so scared by that movie, and it scared me too. It freaked me out, and that's hard to do. As an adult, as a kid, everything scared me. I think for sure I'm going to have to do the question of what weird stuff did you do or think as a kid. That's going to have to be its own video because I know I'm not going to have enough time to talk about that to its full potential. So yeah, as a kid, I was terrified of everything. As an adult, nothing scares me. It's like impossible to rattle me as an adult. Hereditary, of course, loved that movie. Saint Maud, I loved Saint Maud. Fuck, I can't think. Oh, there was a movie, What Lies Beneath? There's What Lies Below and What Lies Beneath. One of them is a really old movie, and one of them is a newer horror movie. I think it's What Lies Beneath is the one I'm talking about. I really loved that movie, even though it's like not good. It's not a good movie at all, but it was so entertaining. It's about a girl whose mom starts dating a man, and I mean the guy is like really hot. He's really, really hot. But there's just something a little off about him. And during the course of the movie, you find out what his fucking deal is. And in the in-between part of the movie, it's just like so stupid. It's really entertaining. I really loved that one. I really loved Rent-A-Pal. Also, not a particularly good movie, but I really, really liked it. It's about it's got Will Wheaton in it. It's about a guy who is trying to he's doing like a some type of dating thing, but it's done through VHS tapes. So he'll go to the store, pick up a few or go to this business, pick up a few VHS tapes of women that are like, hi, my name is blah blah blah, and I'm looking for a partner that's like this, and you know, yada yada. And then, so he's like doing this VHS tape dating thing. It's not working out for him. He finds a VHS tape that's not a dating thing, but it's like a friend thing, and that's who Will Wheaton is. And it's just such a weird movie. I don't even know how to describe it. It's so fucking weird. I really liked that one. That's called Rent-A-Pal. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. I know there's more, but I'm drawing a blank. I'll come back to that in another video. Okay, so what's going on? Okay, so I gave her some baby bottles, and the book is her, she was always reading those, Dr. Lipschitz. What was his name? I think it was actual Lipschitz. His parenting books. So that's the book that I gave her. Okay, we're getting through it. I think we're getting through it. Music. Music is a great one, especially with the next customization that I end up doing. Music is quite literally all over the place. I listen to anything and everything. My heart, my soul, my essence, my true self will always be 90s grunge. Actually, hang on. Let me see what my Spotify top 5 was this year. I took a screenshot somewhere. Hang on. Let me scroll through my phone. Hopefully I didn't delete it. My top artists were number 1, Alice in Chains. No surprise there. Alice in Chains is my favorite band of all time, forever and always. Alice in Chains heals me, brings me back to neutral when I'm not feeling like myself. I just fucking love Alice in Chains. Number 2, Jerry Cantrell, which is Alice in Chains, the guitarist. He's now a solo. He still does Alice in Chains with their new singer after Lane tragically passed so long ago. Number 2, yep, Jerry Cantrell. Number 3 was Creed, which I do. Okay, this is a perfect time for this next custom. I'm making Fred Durst now. Fred Durst in his Dad Vibes era when he reemerged into the cultural zeitgeist as this guy, and everyone was like, oh my fucking god, that's Fred Durst. That's what I'm making now. So anyway, number 3 was Creed. Kind of surprising, but okay. Number 4, Soundgarden, and number 5, Pearl Jam. So this was a year of really getting back to the basics of who I am as a person. So yeah, a lot of grunge. I also, it's a perfect time to out myself as an unironic Limp Bizkit fan. I love Limp Bizkit. I've always loved Limp Bizkit. I know it's like a ironic, haha, funny meme to like Limp Bizkit now, since they are kind of like back again. I've always loved Limp Bizkit. I just do. I was actually Fred Durst for Halloween a couple years ago as this version of him. I'll put a picture in. I was Fred Durst, and I posted that picture on Instagram, and I tagged him in it. He doesn't have an Instagram anymore, which is so sad. At the time he did, and I tagged him, and he actually liked it and commented on it. But the comment is gone now because he doesn't have an Instagram anymore, and it's so sad. He commented 3 lightning bolts on it. That was it. Whatever that means, I don't care. I was like, holy shit, Fred Durst has actually seen me dressed up as him. That's wild. Yeah, so I'm a big Limp Bizkit fan. I love nu metal. What can I say about it? You know, sorry. I just do. I love all kinds of shit. I love like oldies. I love Motown. I love 80s pop, 90s music. Of course, I am forever still living in the 90s. Love 90s music. I'll even get down with some old 90s country because that's what I grew up with. My grandma and grandpa were big country folks. So yeah, I'll jam out to some 90s country sometimes. Some Garth Brooks, even though he's kind of a fucking weirdo. Some Vince McGill, some Hank Williams, like, yeah, hell yeah. Indie music, yeah, got that too. Metal, got a lot of that. When I was in high school, I was a total scene kid. I was a scene kid, so in high school I listened to a lot of, oh god, the Blood Brothers, the Faceless, Emery, Between the Buried and Me, From First to Last, Census Fail was a bit Fall Out Boy, all that stuff. Pop punk, listen to that too. The Wonder Years, love the Wonder Years. Well, no, I don't listen to them so much anymore, but yeah, Newfound Glory, The Starting Line, just my taste in music is just, it's everywhere. It's all over the place. I think that's kind of it. Yeah, that's all the questions. The only question left is what weird things I did as a kid, and I only have 7 minutes left, and I don't think I can cover all of it in 7 minutes. I can try. Oh, a song on heavy rotation at the moment. It is. Hang on, I can't. Of course, now that I can't fucking think. Oh my god, more music too. Let me just rattle off some more garbage. The Breeders. Let me just go through my playlist, because when I'm put on the spot, I can't think of it. Radiohead, big one. Banks, I love Banks. Mac Miller, oh my god, Mac Miller, yes, of course. Where are my playlists? Oh, did I let my subscription lapse and I lost all my playlists? Oh, no, okay. Let's see. Here we go. Cold War Kids. Tessa Violet. Billie Eilish. I not so much anymore, but when Billie Eilish hit the scene, I was all about Billie. Lana Del Rey, of course. Saint Motel, Tame Impala. God, there's I have so many playlists. Holy fuck. King Princess. Oh my god, King Princess. I love King Princess. The 1975. Yes, I'm a basic bitch. Love the 1975. Stone Temple Pilots, of course. Remy Wolf. Love Remy Wolf. Local Natives. Great band. Oh, here's my favorite songs of all time playlist. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'll just read off what I have on here. Addicted to Love, Robert Palmer. Always Be My Baby, Mariah Carey. Baby Hold On, Eddie Money. Black or White, Michael Jackson. Cold as Ice, Foreigner. Creep, Stone Temple Pilots. Counting Blue Cars, Dishwalla. Desperado, The Eagles. Don't Lose My Number, Phil Collins. Don't Worry Baby, The Beach Boys. Dream Lover, Mariah Carey. Emotions, Mariah Carey. Escapade, Janet Jackson. Fantasy, Mariah Carey. Can you tell I really loved Mariah Carey in the 90s? Follow You Down, Gin Blossoms. Found Out About You, Gin Blossoms. Hey Jealousy, Gin Blossoms. Hot Blooded, Foreigner. If You Could Only See by Tonic. Jesse's Girl, Rick Springfield. Jukebox Hero, Foreigner. Knock on Wood, Eddie Floyd. Love Will Never Do Without You, Janet Jackson. Miss You Much, Janet Jackson. Nights on Broadway, The Bee Gees. One Headlight, The Wallflowers. One Thing Leads to Another, The Fix. Open Up Your Eyes, Tonic, Panama, Van Halen, Rhiannon, Fleetwood Mac. I love Fleetwood Mac. Rhythm Nation, Janet Jackson. Rocket Man, Elton John. Run to the Hills, Iron Maiden. Say You'll Be There, Spice Girls. Wow, what a list. Hang on, it's not done. Shame on the Night by Dio. Simple Kind of Life, No Doubt. Studio, Phil Collins. Tearing Up My Heart, NSYNC. Teenage Dirtbag, Wheatus. Tell Me Why, The Early November. Till I Hear It From You, Gin Blossoms. Waiting for a Girl Like You, Foreigner. Who's Crying Now by Journey. You Get What You Give, New Radicals. You Got It, the Right Stuff. New Kids on the Block. Knocked Out, Paula Abdul. Hang on, there's more. There's a whole other playlist. There's no grunge on that one. This must have been for like a feel good playlist. I swear there's like a whole second one. Oh, I can't. God, there's so many playlists. I can't even find it. Oh, what's this one? Oh, here we go. Your Love, The Outfield. Easy Lover, Philip Bailey and Phil Collins. Love My Way, The Psychedelic Furs. Girlfriend Is Better, Talking Heads. Don't Dream It's Over, Crowded House. How Soon Is Now, The Smiths. I fucking love that song. I Can Dream About You, Dan Hartman. Oh, Fred's almost done. Oh no, I'm running out of time. Somebody's Baby, Jackson Brown. Take Me Home, Phil Collins. Love Phil Collins. Out of Touch, Hall & Oates. Oh, we've got Neon Moon, Brooks and Dunn. We're switching gears here. Oh, we really switched gears here. We've got Bad Habit, The Kooks. Can We Hang On, Cold War Kids. I Want to Be Yours, Arctic Monkeys. If I Should Go Before You, City in Color. Why am I getting so depressed on this playlist all of a sudden? Yeah, okay. All right, I'm running out of time, so I will stop reading songs on my playlists. Yeah, Fred is almost complete here. Yeah, let me start wrapping this up. Holy shit, I talked about myself for like over an hour. Oh my god. Oh, I feel like editing this is gonna be a nightmare. I'm gonna be cringing the whole way through. Well, I hope that this helped you get to know me a little more. I feel like after 3 months on YouTube, it was time to, just let y'all know kind of who I am. Yeah, and I am looking at getting. I'm like looking around and looking at reviews and trying to find a new mic and a new video camera so I can be a real YouTuber and have video and good audio. These headphones aren't too bad. They're not terrible. But when I have my video camera plugged in too, the audio just gets so fucked up. So I'm trying to find a solution to that. So new mic, new camera. So that's coming up. And, Fred's done. Fred is completed. He's not perfect, but I did the best I could. That's it. I've run out of time. Okay. So, yeah, wow. My brain is spinning from talking about myself for so long. Yeah, so thanks to everyone that sent in questions. I'm actually glad I didn't get a ton of them because I couldn't even finish all these. So I will talk about weird things I did as a kid it'll be its own video. I have so many stories. And I think I'm going to talk about like old jobs I've had too in another video because I have a lot of stories about that too. And yeah, I hope this was entertaining for you. I hope it was. I hope you feel like you know me a little more. And thank you so much. I've hit 600 subscribers now. why it's just wild to me. And thank you to everyone who, you know, hangs out here and watches my videos and leaves comments and is so nice. And to all of my Neo friends who keep, you guys gotta stop. You gotta chill on the gifts you're sending. I can't keep up. I can't add them to my gallery fast enough. You guys gotta hold off on the gifts. Yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. I will see you real soon. Christmas is just around the corner. Maybe you're even doing some late Christmas wrapping right now. And if you celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a wonderful holiday and you do whatever it is that makes you happy. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And I will see you real soon. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all so much. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.